I tasted and saw how amazing God is. It became very clear to me that He called me to serve Him in Christian communities. He told me that the future of the church is in things like Sword of the Spirit, similar communities all over the world. So I decided that one of the best ways to serve Him is look at doing it full time. And then Sermon to the Word was the opportunity available to do that. And I tried it, and I'm addicted, and I'm still recovering. I just enjoy it a lot. I think the most difficult thing is being in a different culture, being in a place which is very different from what I grew up in, having to labor in hard soil. At the same time, I think the most life-giving thing is having to labor in hard soil, being given opportunities to see the gospel grow in my own life, spend much more time with the Lord in my own life, see how much change happens in me, how much He has broken things in me and rebuilt things in me, and at the same time see how much He wants to do with me. So there's a big difference in the weather. There's a big difference in how people do relationships, the way people have time, how they see time. You have to be on time for everything. There's a lot less flexibility in culture. This red and green and yellow thing that we have a lot of on some of the streets in Lebanon are not Christmas lights, they're actually traffic lights, and people obey them over here. So yeah, there is a big difference. But the main question is, where does God want you? And if there is a difference, well, God will, if He calls you to somewhere where there is a difference, He will provide whatever you need, all the graces that you need, plenty. And He will allow you to grow in the process, and you can be the best person available, the most equipped soldier to serve Him, walking in the footsteps of your captain. I recommend it. I certainly would say it's worth asking God the question, do you want this from me? God made you, and He made you to enjoy life to the full. And if He has grace for you in this particular way, I think it's worth asking Him if He wants you to do this. And where He wants you to be, He will give you the strength. If He doesn't have grace for you, it's okay. We have a saying around Servants of the Word, it's based on some of the American Army veterans. There was a sign around the American Army veterans that said, girls marry Army veterans. They can cook and clean and are used to taking orders. Well, if you're not called to Servants of the Word, well, you will learn to cook, you will learn to clean, you will learn to be disciplined, you will learn to obey, you will learn to sort out your life, you will learn to be much more effective and efficient in serving God and doing maximum damage for the kingdom. And you'll find a lovely wife who wants all of those things. So you can give it a try and see whether God calls you to it. And if He does, it's going to be quite an enjoyable life, a lot of adventure, great times, a lot of laughter, and unfortunately for you, you'll get to do it with me.